I delayed the video today, so let's get straight into the action versus the int variation for the normal boss in Kizuna Moria. The first team will be using the new legend Brook as friend captain, and Ace Yamato will be our own captain entering on Ace. We are going to use another dual unit, Luffy Sanji, entering on Luffy. Brook gets super class access because of Luffy Sanji and Nami being in the crew, and it's definitely beneficial to enter stage 2 with Brook having a matching slot. I am not certain if it is necessary, but it definitely helps with damage. What we are going to do essentially with this team is use Toki to help Brook evade the silence in the final stage, so he can remove it from everyone else. That's why Toki is very important in this team. Before that though, in stage 2, we are going to activate Nami, so she can deal with Hawkback's barrier, apply defense down on him and provide us with a conditional attack boost. Then we are going to activate Brook's super class to get a chain boost and deal with the chain debuff, and finally Toki. We want to target our captains, transition them into the Toki Toki state, and then attack Hawkback based on slots, ending of course on Brook, trying to hit as many perfects as possible so we can increase our chain, get over the chain debuff, and easily clear stage 2 in one turn. Because of Toki now in the final stage, our friend captain Brook will resist or actually completely evade the silence. And after level 30, both of our captains will resist the special rewind. After the preemptive, of course, the Toki attack boost and ore boost will apply on our captains, and what we want to do first is super swap Ace to Yamato for chain boundaries and to apply Ignite through immunity. I am going to activate Rebecca first here by mistake, it's not necessary, because she can remove the barrier and provide us a color affinity boost. Super swap to Yamato and activate her immediately, then activate Rebecca, it's fine. Of course Yamato will provide us the conditional attack boost versus the ignited Moria. Then with Brook's special we can free Luffy Sanji from the silence, and finally we want to swap to Sanji and activate him, so we get the full board of guaranteed matching RCV slots. We evade the reduced damage from specific slots because we have RCV, and then we attack, ending on the captains to clear the quest. The second team will use an amazing unit for this quest, and that is 10th Anniversary Shanks. We are going to use him as double captain, he's extremely useful, and we have access to his EX Super because of Uta and Bonk Monster being in the crew. Fun fact, this team is very flexible, it essentially has two units that are kind of useless, you can replace with whatever you like for either utility or damage. I'm talking about Stampede Nami and Kinemon Denjiro. In stage number 2, we want to activate the friend captain Shanks special and EX super. Shanks will deal with the barrier, will provide us a full board of matching slots, a color affinity boost for the remainder of the quest, and also an ore boost. We of course want to also activate Bonk and Monster. They will provide a chain boost for the remainder of the quest. And then we want to activate Uta's special. We are going to get an attack boost now, but her buff will help us a lot with damage in the next stage. We also want to make her captain. Something important for this team is the placement of Uta. We want to have her in the right column, so when we swap with our captain Shanks, he can evade the silence that will be applied in the final stage. Essentially, the reason Kinemon Denjiro is useless is because we only want them for their super swap in stage 2 to help with damage, which is not necessary. And the Nami is useless kind of because Uta and Shanks, the captains that are now present in the two top positions, don't care about special rivers after 30, simply because we already used their specials, so you can replace Nami. Next, for optimal damage, essentially you first want to activate the super type of Uta to enable her conditional attack boost by delaying through immunity, but also removing her from the captain position. That way you can try for optimal damage by activating Shanks' action special and hitting his excellent. His EX super will provide us with an ore boost, the special with a full board of matching slots, and of course chain boundaries. And now we are ready to attack. As you can see, we can't do anything with Kinemon Denjiro. If they were on the Sai side, they would help with damage even more, but we don't really need it. We can super easily destroy Moria. Team 1 versus the Q variation will be using Halloween Koala as captain, and we are going to have the new Kizuna Brook as friend captain. For this team, we want to place Nami and Carrot in the right column so they can evade bind in stage 2, and we want to enter on Nami and Sanji from Zoro Sanji. Future Reaper here. While editing the video, I realized that for the Q variation I confused silence with special bind in the final stage, so I'm pretty sure the teams cannot clear after 30. Now back to stage 2. With Koalas and Nami Carrot's healing, we can have enough HP to survive Absaloms after defeat hit. I think it's more beneficial to super swap to Carrot and activate them first, and then activate both the super type and special of Koala, because Nami Carrot will provide us with healing, then Halloween Koala can provide us with overhealing, which I think will provide us more HP and make it more comfortable for us to survive the end of turn damage, even though we still did it. Nami Carrot will remove bind, block slots and provide us with chain boundaries, very important, so we can activate Sabo here, the anniversary legend, to increase the chain boundaries, and they will be active through the final stage. And then we can super easily defeat this stage versus Absalom because of the chain boundaries and Koala's color affinity boost. Just make certain to end on Brook and to heal in the correct order to definitely survive the after defeat hit. I will also have it as a pinned comment, but a replacement you can make to make this team work after 30 is to essentially, in the place of Robin, use Toki, activate here in stage 2, target Brook and Zoro Sanji, and then you will be good to go. Robin is not really necessary here either way, you still get super class. I only have here for a color affinity and to remove special bind, but it's not present. You are going to get the attack boost and ore boost from Toki to evade the low ore boost as well. Brook will still activate automatically. We mainly care for his super class that can provide a chain boost, which will help our chain boundaries bypass the chain debuff without activating the interruption. And then we want to super swap Sanji to Zoro. For the full board of guaranteed matching slots, we want to activate their special to increase the attack boost, and then we also want to activate their EX super. Generally, we have lots of chain boosting now to super easily defeat the enemy, even after level 30 if you are using Toki. Team 2 versus the Q variation will be using 10th anniversary Ace as double captain. Just like Koala before, he is amazing because he can help us completely resist the special reverse in the final stage, both before and after level 30. We get access to his EX super, which is very helpful with damage because Luffy and Roger are present in the crew, both free to play and both super evolutions from Kizuna. I used Rayleigh Gaban because we can essentially gather their super swap by entering on Rayleigh in stage 1 and then using them for a chain boost in the final stage to help with the chain debuff. Not super necessary, you can still replace them with Toki to target Luffy and help him evade silence after level 30, since once again I confused silence with special bind in the Q variation. Make certain you have Roger in the right column so he can evade bind, then activate him twice, we do need his double special activation, to remove bind completely and gain a base attack boost for the remainder of the quest. Then activate both the special and EX super of Ace, but also Beckman and Lucky Roo. Ace will help us have more than enough damage in this stage to defeat Absalom, and we can survive his after defeat hit because of Roger, so he is amazing here. And we are also going to get an ore boost for the remainder of the quest from Ace that will also help us evade the low ore boost from Moria's preemptive, and Roo Beckman will provide us chain boundaries for the remainder of the quest, so we don't have to worry about the interruption at all. Now, in the final stage, if you activated Toki, you can activate Luffy. If not, and if you are still using Rayleigh Gaban, that's fine, Luffy is not super necessary. Activate Rayleigh Gaban, then you can activate the special and the EX super of Ace to of course increase the damage by getting a conditional attack boost, and with this EX super we are going to get an attack boost. And finally, if you can, activate Luffy for a chain block boost. Now we are more than ready to attack, end on Ace for his Rush Sugo and super easily clear the quest. Team 1 versus the PSY variation will be using Halloween, Corazon and Law, and our friend captain will be the new Brook. We also want to make certain we enter the quest on Black Maria from Maria in the ulti, and we also have a Luffy support. Any Luffy support will work on our free-to-play Sanji, with maximum level limit break and has his double special activation maxed out. Jinbe can just be the normal Jinbe, it does not matter. Now in stage number 2, Queen is amazing because he will essentially deal with everything. But first, we want to super swap Black Maria to ulti for a chain boost, then activate Sanji once for chain boundaries, and then Queen. He will remove Threshold, provide us with a full board of matching tandem slots through the block slots, and also provide end of turn damage for us to deal with resilience. Attack. Try to hit your perfects to increase the chain, of course, and be able to beat Ryuma, and on Brook, who has color advantage over everyone, and easily defeat him. In the next stage now, Queen and Black Maria ulti both have the limit break ability that can reduce special limits, and both of them of course need to be limit broken, so we can completely remove it after the preemptive is concluded. This pair will be resisted because of Corazon Law, and then we want to activate the special and super class ability of Brook for an ore boost and a chain boost. He of course gets super class access because of Sanji and Jinbe. Then we want to activate Ulti. This is extremely important for an attack boost and a conditional attack boost, but we can delay Moria through his immunity, so his turn 1 action does not happen because we cannot beat him immediately because of the damage limiter. Activate Sanji 2 to get chain boundaries to deal with the chain debuff after level 30, and then easily do 70% to Moria, who will not activate any actions as you can see in the second turn because of the delay. We still have chain boundaries, a chain boost and an ore boost, and now we want to activate Corazon Law, both the special and the super class, so we increase our damage with the full board of matching empty slots and the attack boost, but we also want to activate Jinbe to gain threshold and super easily survive Moria's after defeat hit, after we defeat him first for good this time. Team 2 versus the PSY variation will surprisingly be using Halloween Law. I haven't used this legend for a long time, but I really love him in this quest, especially paired up with the anniversary Gear 5 Luffy. He's a beast and we need access to his EX Super. We get it because of Law, Sanji and Brook being in the crew. Something else that is important is the placement. Make certain to have Sanji adjacent to Luffy, Ivankov and Brook in the middle row, and also make certain to have him maximum level limit break with his double special activation fully maxed. We want to activate Brook first in stage 2 to deal with threshold and block slots, and then Ivankov to deal with resilience and gain an attack boost. Finally, in case you're wondering why Akainu is here, this is Treasure Map Akainu. He can provide us with a conditional attack boost versus Ryuma, so more damage which is necessary. I mainly added him because he can deal with the special limiter with his potential ability in the final stage, but it's not necessary with this team. So you can replace him with whatever unit you want that makes beating stage 2 more comfortable, because if you miss a couple of perfects, it can be hard and you don't want to lose the ARP, so just replace him with something else that helps you. We don't care about the special limiter because we only have 3 specials remaining and we will activate 2 per turn because of Sanji's double special activation. First, after the preemptive, we want to activate Luffy. He will provide us with an attack boost, a full board of matching slots, and of course both Luffy and Law can help us resist the despair completely. He can also delay Moria through immunity, which is the key for us to not have to deal with his turn 1 action. Then activate Sanji to get chain boundaries, deal with the chain debuff after level 30, and of course now we don't have more specials to activate, we are just ready to attack Moria and defeat him. You can activate Law's super type of course for more damage and do 70% versus him now. We won't activate his turn 1 action again because we delayed him through immunity, that's why Luffy is awesome. And now, in turn 2, we want to activate Sanji. Because he's adjacent to Luffy, Vankov and Brook, he can provide them with guaranteed matching slots. We still have the chain boundary, so we mainly care about the slots. And we also activate Law. He provides us an ore boost, but more importantly, resilience. So we can be the ones this time surviving with 1 HP after Moria's after defeat hit. And these are my 6 different teams for the new normal boss in Kizuna vs Moria. Hopefully the video helped you out. I know it was delayed, but if it did help, leave a like, I would really appreciate it as always, and subscribe for more One Piece Treasure Cruise content. As always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.